X2, nice. I think that's actually the more economical one, but you got to put the right amp on it. I'll tell you the amp. Unless you already know it, you can shoot it up in the chat. Yeah, X2 is nice. You can hold on to that for a while. Oh, that's a freeze ray. I don't want to pull the freeze, but X2. Zentech Light Rifle X2. And A101. I want to say it can fit an A102 perfectly. Let me double check. So if I put A103, it's too big. If I put A102, it fits it. It's not perfect fit, but it's like the best fit. It can go up to 8.5 damage per amp. And a Megaton A102 is 7 damage, so it fits nicely. And that'll give you 2.95 DPP. You need a A102. I just saw one on the auction and fairly cheap. I think I still have the data here. It wasn't fairly cheap. Somebody bought it out. A lot of activity on the auction. Maybe I cleared it. Oh, there it is, A102. Somebody bought it out for a TT plus 120. Mr. Death. I was bidding at 17th bed. Hey, you gotta try though. There was only like a day left or something like that. We got a TT plus 120. That's the best amp you could put on that. A103 would be overamped, so you want to try to get an A102 if you can. It's worth it. You already got the gun. Now you just need the perfect amp. From the TT pistol, next one. If you want to, assuming you want to stick with pistols, are you looking at anything else besides pistols, like long blades, short blades, laser rifle maybe, or even BLP? I wouldn't recommend BLP. BLP's a tough one. Hard to stay eco in BLP, especially at lower levels. Higher levels, yeah, there's a lot of options. Cool. For the pistol, my lust, that Syncadus setup is really good. Oh, and then you got the Zentech, but that's laser rifle. Next step from the TT pistol, let's see here. Okay, so you could do a type like this. You could do Chon plus A101. That's the next step up. That'll get you up to 7 damage per second and 2.97 damage per peck. So that'd be the next step. That also involves getting an A101, which are not too cheap. I gotta switch over to my philosopher sword. There it goes. A little bit of delay there. Somebody's out there killing some stuff. Oh, that's Lefty. He came back. If Chon plus A101 is too easy, let's see what else could you go to. There's something. I just gotta think about it. You could go with the Scorpion. We also call it ARS or Ancient Red Scorpion. You can also put an A101 on that. That's like a red pistol with a lot of range. Not necessarily cheap either. Some people like to mark those up because they're not too common, and they have such high range. I think they got like 60 range. Otherwise, you can always mess with the R-Matrix limited pistols. And then there's more options beyond that, depending on your level. Might be too high for you, but one of the next steps along there is IGMI L1000. So this jumps up quite a bit, but that's good DPS, very efficient. Not L100, L1000. Omega 10 IGMI, it's a good one, and they're not too expensive for the amount of efficiency, not efficiency, but the amount of damage per peck and the amount of DPS, they're pretty good. Interesting. Yeah, that one that my Lust mentioned it's actually a really good setup, the Zintech. But there's a lot of options. You don't necessarily need. It's not a crazy high amount of damage per peck or damage per second. The Zentech X2 is only giving you about 8.3 DPS. So I mean, you're not doing too bad sticking with the Syncadus. What is it? Not Syncadus, but the Barbarella that you have. That's fine. You can use that for a while, unless you're in a hurry to move up. Something else you could work on getting. It's not a bad weapon. Would be the adjusted justifier plus A106, I believe it is. Pretty good setup right there. It's not too expensive either. It's because there's a lot of those justifiers in circulation, so the price went down a bit. That's a good stopping point if you want to go to the next gun. That's a good gun to go to, and then you can stay there for a while. Just got a tier point on my sword, yay. The A200 range? What do you mean? You're talking about the A200 series? Like the A204, A20 amps? Yeah, the A201, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There's a use for those. There's a use for them. I'm trying to think of the different weapons. There's like... So you just gotta play with the weapons and the amps. You'll find a use. I'm trying to remember the name of the guns. There's some guns on Arcadia that drop, and those A200 amps fit them pretty good. They're just different amps. There's nothing... They're just different amps. That's all. And there's some guns that fit the A20 amps better. And then when you get to A204, that's just like a souped up version of the A106 basically. Or A105 improved. Same thing. A105 and A106 improved are the same thing. They're just, one of them has more TT, one of them is more durable. The A106 is just fine. And then the A204, it's like super A106 basically. And then you can obviously make it adjusted, improved, overcharged, hypercharged. But they're not cheap. That's when, once you start messing with A204, you're talking about 10,000 pet, I think. 10K? Yeah, 10K. And then beyond.